Justin, when you went back and reviewed your performance from Sunday, what were you most pleased with about what you were able to do personally?
I just felt like did a pretty good job of getting the ball to DJ and spreading the ball around and protecting myself when I did run the ball and take off. And what really just stood out is how we stood out as an offense and how just dominant we were all game. The O line did a great job protecting. Runners did a great job running the ball. Yeah, and everybody was doing a job, and that's what we want to focus on offense. Just everybody doing their job, and all coming together to collectively as one. Just trying to put our best foot forward and try to put a point. So yeah.
Your first completion to DJ was kind of an extended play. You got out to the left and then kind of almost looked like you used your whole body to kind of create the throwing lane. You just take us through the sequence there and kind of what you saw in that.
Yeah, so we got nickel pressure. So he had Deontay, I think it was Deontay that was in the game at the time, but he did a good job of that. And I think DJ was maybe the third read in that progression. And just stepped up in the pocket, rode out, and DJ's usually good at finding open zones and scramble drill, kind of like that. So yeah, just rode out to the left and saw him sitting right there and just gave him the ball. So yeah.
Justin, what do you think game against the Vikings and the pressure that they brought? How can you make adjustments now, knowing what to expect?
Yeah, just being on the same page. I felt like we made too many mental mistakes last time we played them, and we're better than that. We're better than what we put on tape that game. So putting our best foot forward, making sure we're on our P's and Q's each and every play, locked in, and getting the ball out fast when we need to when they do bring that pressure. So it's going to be key, and of course, when they do bring pressure, the O line picking it up. So everything starts up front, and once we get the protection and everything together, then we'll be good going there.
What do you remember about the very first play of that game, where I think you were empty?
Yeah, cover zero. I was about to throw to KB, but I felt like the corner wasn't threatened by KB's speed. They every time you put a running back, fullback, or a tight end out at number one over a corner, he's not gonna think you're going deep on him. So I just felt him sitting on the route, so I didn't want to potentially throw a pick on the first play of the game. But learning from that, I just gotta sail it over his head and move on to 2nd and 10. So yeah.
Justin, what do you think of the officiating in that game? There were a couple plays where Alex Anzalone, it looked like you weren't pleased with how he was like.
That's just what the Lions do. They play hard. We knew that coming in that week, that the kind of effort and toughness and grit that they play with. Their head coach preaches that. So we kind of knew it was going to be that kind of game. But I was just talking to the ref and just telling him like, yo, just watch out, like heads up for a late hit or something like that. But I guess I didn't get any, so keep playing ball and control what I can control. So yeah.
How does the thumb feel, Justin?
Thumb feels solid. Feels good.
Sore at all after the game?
It was a little bit sore, but got me through. But I'll be good to go.
Tape again, you think, or anything on Monday?
Yeah, I'll probably tape the rest of the year just to be safe with it. So yeah.
The Vikings pressure, how does it challenge you in terms of being outside the pocket? Do they make it more difficult for you than other teams would to try to move around a little bit?
If they bring all out, yeah. You really don't have anywhere to go because you got you're outnumbered in protection. So that's when you got to get the ball out quick. So that's how you combat that. But yeah, when they bring their all out cover zero pressure, then you're not gonna, unless you just completely out athlete the DN, set them up somewhere one way or the other. But not really looking. Cover zero, that's not really the answer to beat that, is try to scramble and stuff around. You just want to get the ball out quick and, let the playmakers make plays and work for you. So, yeah.
As disappointing as it was in Detroit, are you excited to have a primetime opportunity to kind of show that that's not who you guys are?
I think for the most part, we showed who we were, except until the end of the game. But, focus on finishing better and, finishing out the game when it counts and, when a drive comes up, making that big play when it matters. But we're definitely excited for this opportunity. The Vikings they've been playing, great past few weeks. So definitely excited for the opportunity we get to have on Monday night and get to go out there and ball out. So yeah.
Focusing on finishing better, what does that mean to you personally?
Just doing all I can to make the team successful. So whatever that includes, whatever play call we have. Just doing that play call, focusing on that play call operation. There's a lot of things. Quarterback has to do a lot of things in terms of motion landmarks, mechanics in the 2-minute drill, so third and down protection and stuff like that. So it's numerous things that I can name off, but just doing my job and doing it to the best I can when it matters. So yeah.
Daniil Hunter has obviously been a great player for a long time, but he's having an exceptional year this year.
Mhm.
When you look at him this season, what do you see?
Yeah, I mean he's a freak athlete on the edge, and just like you said, I mean he's been doing his thing this year. He's been balling out this year, so definitely gotta have a plan for him, and just making sure we know where he is at all times. But like you said, I don't know what he did differently, this year than he did last year, but he's been playing exceptionally well this year. So like I said, we'll have a plan for him and go on from there.
Justin, on the touchdown to DJ, you mentioned after the game that obviously you missed a similar throw in the same direction, same end zone to him. Did that play into the throw you made there, whether mentally or physically, in just terms of like I overcooked the first one, or did the first miss kind of help you?
Well, yeah. I kind of when it left my hand, I kind of knew it was going to be a little bit, overthrown a little bit, like 2 yards overthrown. So I just told DJ, like, I'm not, like, if we come back to that play, I'm not gonna miss you again. So be ready for it, and it happened. So we hit it and touchdown. So
How good is it to get a second opportunity at that?
I mean, it feels good. It feels good. Whenever you miss a throw at the beginning of the game and get an opportunity later in the game to come back and hit it for a touchdown or a big play, I mean, it feels good. But of course, me, I wanted to hit the first one too. But can't get them all. But definitely felt good. Like I said, O-line protected well pretty much all game, and he ran a great route, and yeah, it was a touchdown. So great execution by everybody.
Where does that pass rank on your favorite throws this year?
I'm not sure. I don't really rank my favorite passes, to be honest with you. So, but it's probably up there. I mean, it was a pretty good throw. So yeah.
He said he was impressed just with the way that when you're making your connections downfield, you're scanning, and then before you get to the line, like being able to have that sort of vision downfield to see guys as you're moving. Do you feel like that's an area you've improved in this season?
I mean, to be honest, I feel like deep balls, just in general, I feel like that's kind of what I do best, to be honest with you. I think I throw the ball down the field exceptionally. I feel like it's one of my strengths, and I've been doing it since high school, college. So I think it's one thing that I do best, and one thing that I think we're gonna keep doing and get to more. So yeah.
Justin, Tyler Scott had a little bit of a tough game. How important is it from your vantage point to keep him involved and make sure that he has tangible evidence that that you and the offense has faith in him?
I mean, he knows. I mean, the relationship. I mean, one game is not going to define if I go back to him. Like, to be honest with you, like I don't care if you keep dropping the ball, like, because everybody, we have our own individual responsibility to help this team be successful. So if the receiver's open, I'm gonna throw him the ball, and if he drops it, it's his responsibility to catch the ball. That's his job. He gets paid to do that. So yeah, I'm not losing faith in him. I don't, 1 game, 2 games, however many games, I'm gonna keep going back to him. He's gonna be a great receiver. He has a lot of room to grow, and he's talented even now. He's made a lot of plays for us this year, offense, special teams, and he's a speedster, so not many DBs can keep up with him. But I mean, yeah. So well, that 1 game, whatever it was, I mean, he had a tough game, but I mean, we've all had tough games. As a football player, you have tough games. I've had a lot of tough games. So it does nothing but make me better, make him better at the end of the day. And he's a hard worker. He's not gonna let 1, 2, 3 games define who he is as a player. So I have full faith in Tyler. Everybody else does too. So yeah.
If you were playing a Sunday game, you'd have Saturday clear to watch Michigan, Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
You got to practice.
Yeah.
So how do you handle it? Do you?
No, after practice, I'll be rushing back in to see what the score is. So.
You don't ask like, hey, don't tell me anything. I want to watch it in full later in the day.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna start it from the first quarter. I'm gonna just check in on the score and continue to watch where it's from, and catch the highlights later. But I'm not that crazy to where I'm gonna make sure I don't watch the game and then come back and watch from the first quarter. But I know some people that are like that though. But yeah, no, I'm just gonna come back in after practice, check the score, and watch the rest of the game. So yeah.
Prediction?
I do. I gotta go with my Buckeyes for sure. I think it's gonna be a close one. I think it's gonna be a low-scoring game. well, not low, but middle. So I see a score like, I'd like us to win 24-14 or 24-17-ish around that area. So, yeah.
Do you have an opinion on the Harbaugh scandal?
I don't have an opinion on that, so, yeah.